Would you please describe the process of transmission meditation? Transmission meditation was initiated by my master and introduced by me to the world. The first transmission meditation group was formed in London in March 1974. So it's been going from that time. There are now hundreds of transmission meditation groups all over the world, in almost every country of the world. It's a group meditation that provides a field of service, second to none as service, and at the same time it is not possible to do it without receiving enormous benefit in doing it. So it's a quid pro quo. You give up a certain amount of time to be in a transmission meditation group, who they meet once or twice or 3 times a week, and you meet once or twice or 3 times. Some do 3 times, some twice, some once. And this allows the masters to use that group to send through their energies. The masters are the recipients of energies from cosmic, from solar and extraplanetary sources, and their job is to send certain of these energies into the world in a form, in a way, and at a voltage, if you like, a level that can actually be absorbed, used by humanity. If they were to send the energy from the constellations, say from the sun and so on, from extraplanetary levels, it would be at the level that they receive it, it would be too high. If they sent it straight into the world, it would be so high, it would simply bounce off the mass of humanity and do little or no good. So they have to step it down. Now, transmission meditation is connected to 2 things: to the realization of oneself as a soul, which is the purpose of meditation. Whatever else a meditation does for you, meditation, any meditation, will eventually bring you into contact with your soul. And when you make soul contact, you immediately begin to want to serve in some way, because the nature of the soul is to serve. It's the soul who desires to serve, not the personality in any given life. The personality may or may not serve once the soul is contacted, and if it has any sense, it will take up some form of service, because if you do, things tend to go right in the world. Your health tends to be better, you begin to organize more correctly your life pattern, and you are more in charge, you have more control of your particular manifestation as a man or a woman and in that life. And the disciple, as you become, is known, seen, recognized by his control over his environment. By environment, I mean all that happens to him, his job, his work, his ability to work for the plan and so on. All of that I take to be the environment. The initiate is known by the quality and extent of his world service. So you can see, well, that person must be initiate, that person must be a disciple. You can tell by the quality of the life which they demonstrate, roughly, only roughly, where people are in the plan and the scheme of things. Transmission meditation is given to the world at this time because only now are people beginning who are mentally polarized sufficiently to work with the masses in this way. Using the religious groups of all kinds, all religions, during these ceremonies and rituals and so on, the masses have been hampered by the fact that the bulk of the people in the groups are astrally polarized, and so the energy released always went out on the astral plane. They wish always to go higher onto the mental plane, onto the spiritual planes, and of course that will come. But that start is being made in transmission meditation, in which more people who are at least beginning to become mentally polarized are joining, creating, and joining transmission meditation groups, and the masters therefore have a rather better vehicle with which to work. They can put the energy out, and some of it, of course, will go out on the astral plane, but more and more the energy can be released on the mental plane and do its work on the mental plane, and therefore have a greater, more powerful effect on the life of humanity. And that's why it is only now that transmission meditation has been created. It goes hand in hand with the reappearance of the Christ in the world and the return to the world of the esoteric hierarchy. The energies of the masses are sent through the groups. Now, if a group is it's sent, the mechanism is that of the science of triangles. Every triangle potentizes the amount of energy sent through that triangle. Now, most groups are more than 3 people, and the more people there are, the more powerful the group is, the more energy can safely be placed through the group. If you have 3 people, you have 1 triangle. Add 1 more person, 4 people, you've suddenly 4 triangles. Add 1 more, 5, you've suddenly 10 triangles. 5 more people, that's 10 people, you've suddenly 120 triangles, and so on in arithmetical progression. It's an extraordinary science, and it makes for the ability to get the utmost out of every ounce of energy that the masters can safely transmit through the group. So you become a transmitter. That's what a transmission meditation is. It's a transmitter. And the group become transmitters. The energies are sent through the chakras, usually the heart, the throat, and the 2 head chakras, the one between the eyebrows and one at the top of the head. And in this way, they're automatically stepped down. They're brought down to a level which sent out by the masters, not by the people involved, but by the masters through the people, out to wherever they are needed in the world. They are altogether more powerful at a lower level than would otherwise be the case. So it's an act of service to the hierarchy. It is also a kind of practice, if you like, for working with the hierarchy of masters. As I have said, the masters are coming into the world. There are already 14 plus Maitreya in the world. Eventually there will be about 40 masters over a number of years. And their aim is to work closely with humanity, not as sort of high people who can never be approached, but in a close cooperative working relationship, insofar as what they can teach us can be understood, and insofar as they have obviously worked with the more advanced, more gifted people in the first place, but gradually their aim is to lift humanity to a level where a true cooperative relationship can be maintained. And this gives people practice in working with hierarchy in this way, and get to know the intensity of the process, of the working ability of the masters. The masters work 24 hours of the day. They never sleep, they never eat, they just work. It's extraordinary. Jog occasionally, but